Okay, everyone, welcome to today's class. And I have a list of the roster with me. If you answer any question, okay, I will make a mark. And if you make yourself invisible to me, and guess what? I will ask you a question, okay? So if you like me to ask you a question, one trick is what? Turn the video off, then I will keep on, okay, bugging you. Then you get more checks because you answer more questions. On the other hand, if you turn your video off, I ask you a question a couple times, you don't respond, means what? You are a ghost. You turn it on, okay, you don't want me to see you, then you walk away because you don't answer my question, okay? Last time, I just purposely show you I have the ability and I am tracking everyone's okay? And this is synchronized, okay? Even the class is not in the classroom, but we are going to do this, okay, diligently. And I think to be present is very, very important. So you have to make yourself visible and I will track the attendance. Every time you answer some question, I will make some checks. Then later on, I haven't decided yet what kind of bonus I'll give you, okay? But definitely, okay, you are entitled to negotiate if you are a little bit short of the points to get A or B, okay? And a lot of you are gonna get an A anyway, okay? And uh, that's the beginning. So last time, we begin with the US Army, okay? And the US Army is a big bureaucracy, okay? Everything is so strict. Is it a good or bad ways of running US Army? Emma, I started with you.
Can you say the question one more time, Dr. Chin?
Yes. US Army is a big bureaucracy, okay? Is it a good way to run US Army very bureaucratically, or it's not good to run the US Army bureaucratically?
I mean, I think it's good because it helps give them structure on what they're doing, but that's just my opinion.
Yes, that's exactly what I want to hear. Okay. US Army, they cannot be loosely run, has to be very strict. It's a matter of people's die. Okay. If we want to have a very good combat team, everything should be what? One order, one activity, one order, one action, no deviation. Okay. So, such as US Army, okay, and also some company like a GM, like Ford, to make a car, they have to have huge, nice bureaucracy, no deviation, layers of manager to double check everything, because quality is important. No deviation is allowed. However, we have trade-off. Okay, in the U.S. Army, if we want to use the current system with huge bureaucracy to develop a weapon system, takes forever because what? So many red tapes, so many what? Stamps and the signature needed. So how did this case talk about how do they solve the problem? CM Fox. So mhm.
Sorry. I know that we talked about them sort of splitting it up into lots of teams so that they could work together instead of it just being directly a hierarchy. There are people working in groups.
Exactly. So to do this, okay, we cannot use a traditional bureaucracy to handle the weapon system that requires so many signatures, red tapes, okay? So they do three process. Number one, they have a centralized task force under secretary and what? Army vice chief, okay, staff. To them, organize a centralized task force committee. Okay. The second step is what? They try to prioritize all those major tasks. Okay. How much money we can have, how much, what's the budget, how many things on the table, which one should be more crucial than the other ones. They prioritize it. So in this specific case, they list 6 major tasks. Then each task, they organize what? Multi-functional team. Okay, so that each team has what? 1-star, 2-star general to lead the team. Then team member will be from different division, different department. Someone from planning, someone from budgeting, someone from purchasing, someone from design, someone from the comeback team to testing. Okay, so for this reason, this new style of management become very efficient and effective in the weapon development. Okay, so the entire US Army stick with the traditional organization, but in the R&D, weapon division, weapon development division, they use what? Totally flexible structure to get away from the traditional bureaucracy. Okay, so this is very common, multifunctional team. Each team will be focused on one specific project. And this way is popular in certain industry. Of course, what? Defense, okay, industry. Of course, high-tech industry, okay? And also, sometimes it's, okay, very popular in part of the company. Which part? R&D, research and development, okay? So like in US Army, okay, research and development have what? Totally different structure than the rest of them. Ford, GM, Chrysler, they also have what? Totally different design and research and development, okay, unit, okay? To develop a car, okay, you have designer to take lead, but you have to have what? Customer service, they know the price, they know the customer taste. You have to have a purchasing officer so you know each component, how much gonna cost you. You have to have a manufacturer engineering so they know to put the car together, how much gonna cost them. Do we want to reverse, okay, certain design or reverse certain, okay, components or whatever, okay? So it's a multifunctional team, okay? So multifunctional team is very good for special project in the research and development or high-tech company, okay? So this is a very interesting case. I want you to know. Second thing, we talk about the group and the teams, okay? What are the major difference between groups and teams? Anyone?
A group is more loosely organized and a team is more organized and like specifically focused on things.
Thank you. Yes. So group is what? Less organized, and team is what? More organized. Okay. So PTO, parents and the teachers, okay, organization, very loose. Bible team. Well, no, Bible group is what? A group, because what? It's not like a company, very structured. Okay. Then we talk about the case. Why do we want to do the teamwork? Okay, last time we talked about why do we want to do the teamwork. And okay, this is talking about the definition about group and teams. 4 major reasons. Okay, section 1. Why do we want to do the group teams? We can enhance the performance. We can increase the responsiveness to customer, increase the innovation, increase the motivation and the job satisfaction. Okay, so why can we increase the performance? If you have my note last time, synergy. Okay, if we integrate 3 people together, okay, if the integration process is good, we can have 3.5 outcome. Because what? Different perspective, different talents, okay? So synergy is the key, okay? A good team with a synergy, we can always what? Enhance the performance. Second thing I want to ask is why it's better serving customers. Anyone want to try that? Last time we talked about it. why the team can serve the customers better?
Maybe
Because of diverse backgrounds.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Russell. Because, okay, more diversified, okay, PwC, PricewaterhouseCoopers, accounting firm, they hire a lot of what? Minority and the females from the fresh college graduate. Russell. Why? Because these young addition with diversified background going to enhance their customer service. If they want to talk to a client, the owner is African American. Okay, you have a team with a couple African American in there, communicate will be what? A lot easier. And listen to them, identify their need. Okay, you can what? Serve your customer better, maybe get more business, additional business from what? The team, okay? Because we have to have what? Team cover more perspectives about the customer. Third one is innovation. Why the team can increase the innovation? Anyone? Let me see any black face somewhere. Next page. Okay, Spencer. Are you there? Spencer, number 2. Okay. So
Yes,
anyone want to respond to this question?
What was the question again?
Okay, Omar first.
Can you repeat the question, please?
Okay. Who? Okay, I will. Who was the other person want to talk?
I said the same thing.
Oh,
I just asked if you could repeat it.
okay. How? The second question is, okay, why the team can enhance the innovation? Why?
Having different talented people can bring different perspective and obviously different minds, you know, bring the best,
Yes.
you know, best product on it.
Of course, different talent, okay, will help with a different perspective. Oh, no, wrong section. So, for instance, the COVID vaccine, okay, can we develop by one PhD? No, it didn't work because the newest technology in the COVID-19 vaccine, it's called what? mRNA, messenger RNA. So in addition to the pharmacists, the physicians, you need some what? Biology specialists, cell specialists, because RNA is such a tiny stuff. You need what? Innovation, need a team to get it done. Okay, so the other question will go to the other person. The last question is the motivation. Why the team can increase motivation? You want to go back to you?
So that they work harder, basically.
Why?
So they work harder.
Why work harder? Yeah. Why they will work harder?
I think they can like encourage each other if it's like a more focused team rather than a group.
Yeah, it's a
Like,
more focused unit.
Okay, Harding. Got it. I couldn't find my glasses, so a little bit slower. Why? Spencer, what do you say? Oh, you are back. A few minutes ago, I was asking you a question. Okay.
Yeah, I thought you're talking about the other Spencer because there's 2 of us.
Okay. Why we can increase the motivation?
Say again?
Why can we increase the motivation?
You mean how can we increase motivation?
No, I'm talking about the teamwork. Okay. Teamwork can increase the customer service, can increase the innovation,
Oh, why would we?
performance. Then why can they increase the motivation of people?
I'm struggling to understand the question.
Okay, then maybe next question.
Okay.
As a team, you get together, you work together. Everyone has up and down. Build up the trust, build up relationship, motivate something. So today, you are down. I will help you. I support you. Tomorrow, okay, I have some problem or bad moves, someone else support. So as a team, okay, human is a social animal. Okay, if you work closely with a team or two teams, team member will get you what? Better support. So with more support and the connections, people are more motivated and what? More satisfied. Okay, so if you are individual school without what? Team without the people, you are solo. Okay, so sometimes you are up, sometimes you are down. But with the team, motivation level, okay, is what? Higher. Satisfaction level is what? A little bit higher. Okay, so that's the textbook, okay? Mention the 4 reasons why the teamwork is good, okay? And after that, I think we talk about WL Gold. Okay, this is the company, and Delaware, okay, and I told you Delaware is the capital of what? Chemical industry, chemical engineering, because what? DuPont and a couple huge chemical companies there. So this company, okay, WL Gold also is a chemical company. They have this product called PTFE, and this product has so many good features. The temperature, okay, what? The insulation, the fire, okay, and the UVs, all kind of good things. So they can provide what? A lot of product for different industry, electronics, fabric, industrial product, and the medical product. The uniqueness for this company to grow so fast and so successful is what? Team approach. And they are emphasizing, okay, they are less, in this company, less likely, okay, to using the traditional functional or what? Division structure. They use a team structure, okay? You don't have a direct supervisor. You have what? Team, okay? You probably belong to 2 teams, okay? Each team member, okay, evaluate you. Team member working with you in the what? Team bonus as well as individual bonus. So they use specific task force team, okay, as a major structure. Okay, so I want you to know that. After that, we started to talk about the group dynamic, okay? And the group dynamic, first thing, we are talking about the size of the company. And okay, so group dynamics, first thing, we talk about the size, then we'll be talking about task and roles. Last time we finished the size, okay? So let me ask you, large size is better or small size is better? Emma, what do you think?
I mean, they both have their advantages and disadvantages because if you're in a smaller group, it's going to be easier to coordinate with other people. But whenever you're in a larger group, you have more resources, you have different opinions from different people. But it just kind of, I think it depends on the project that you're working on because it can be beneficial, you know, for either group.
Yes. Okay.
Can I add something? You talked about the Amazon guy saying how 8 or less people in a group is better. I can't remember the quote or whatever, but I thought it was cool.
Sounds cool, huh? Okay.
The 2 pizza rule.
Yeah, pizza rule. Yeah, okay, I got you. Correct. I think Emma just summarized the advantage and disadvantage about large group and small group. Okay. And in general, most of the company, most of the teams are what? Small. Only small proportion of the teams are large group because large group so difficult to coordinate. But large group is necessary for what? A task which is need more representation from different unit of the company. So last time I mentioned about what? Strategic plan, okay? We have to have someone from student service, someone from what? College of business, someone from college education, okay? And we also need have someone from the police service. So we have to consider all aspects of the university units. So a team of 25 is normal, okay? So sometimes necessary evil because what? We have to consider more comprehensively. We need more representatives from different groups, okay? And how to solve the problem for large group? Subcommittee, okay? So a typical you are in a strategic committee, you be in what? In two subcommittees. Then what? Then we'll do different things by subcommittees, okay? Then what? Put everything together, okay? So small group and large group. And Jaron, you mentioned about Amazon, okay? Pizza. Pizza rule means what? One piece of pizza, what? Normally is what? 8 slices.
8 slices, yeah.
So 8 people or less. And Jeff Bezos also have another rule, okay? Jeff has two interesting things always mentioned in the management literature. In addition to the pizza rule, he also have another rule. What? No PowerPoint. Say that?
Sorry.
Jared,
So no.
who? Oh, no, you. Adam, okay? Yes. No PowerPoint. Why? Adam, did you say that or what?
People would
Yeah,
almost
'cause-
be too bored. He'd rather have people focus a little bit more within the meetings.
Yes, because people will lose attention. You know, everything's a PowerPoint. After the meeting, send me a copy. Okay, so in Amazon, nobody allowed to use PowerPoint. So, Jared, instead of PowerPoint, what can we do?
Is bullet points, using bullet points.
Yes. Okay. That's not Jared. That's still Jared. Okay. Yeah. So what? Use the bullet. Okay. So for an effective, responsible participant of a team member, use what? Use bullet. Okay. Everyone can what? Write a couple of things next to the bullet. That's why I give you first outline of the course. Then I go over my PPT is what? Follow my bullets or my outline, okay? Because what? I don't want to give you my entire PPT, then you'll get lazy, you don't do anything, okay? So that's very interesting for what? Amazon. Of course, there are a lot of good reasons why Amazon has been so successful. We'll discuss in the future, okay? But the CEO have this very interesting two different rules, okay? And 2 pizza rule and what? No PPT, okay? And after that, so after that, we'll be talking about the 1B, okay? And 1B is the task structure, okay? So we talk about the size, then we'll talk about the task structure, okay? Small group and big group, okay? We finished there. There are 3 structures: pool task structure, sequential task structure, reciprocal task structure, okay? And you can see the textbook, okay? Assuming we have 6 major group members, 6 tasks, this is called what? Pool, P-O-O-L-E-D. We pull everything together. Because every individual task are independent, okay? The effective way to do it is what? Pull them together. So you don't have to duplicate unnecessary efforts. Just what? Everyone do 1/6 of the project. We can get it done more fast, efficiently. But what's the disadvantage for the poor structure. If one person didn't do a good job, okay, you have a 5A component and the 1F component together, sometimes what? Sometimes your product will have defect. Sometimes your product doesn't work. Okay, so most efficient way, but run the risk of what? Potential, okay, defect, potential quality issue. Okay, second one is the sequential way. I just mentioned it. If you have the handout in the textbook with you, sequential, okay, it's typical in a lot of manufacturing. Okay, we have to what? Do everything sequential. Okay, so sometimes takes more time because what? You can wait and wait and wait nothing until what? Your turn. So sequential time, a little bit time consuming. Okay, and the last one is called what? Reciprocal. Okay, and so you know what? Everyone doing everything. So everything should be perfect. Whenever goes through reciprocal stuff, that's the best of the best from the entire group or team. However, what's the disadvantage? What's the disadvantage for doing this? Anyone?
It seems like it would be more time consuming to
Yeah.
have everyone work together like that.
Duplicate and the waste of resources, right? Time consuming and that, yes, we get a perfect one. But what? We put a lot more cost, people's time and everything. So we don't totally encourage that, cost company more money, more resources, especially human resources hours into the project. Of course, we have what? The best outcome, okay? So that's the trade-off. And for your project, okay, what do you want to do? That's important because you have to determine, okay, your task structure. Okay. So the third one, okay, actually we can take this C out, okay. Anyway, reciprocal, oh no, I don't have to change this one. Let me see. Okay. Okay, I didn't see that. So for the group structure, okay, and I think what we should be doing is what? Number one, I give you a group project with 4 or 5 questions. Each question has sub-questions. Please split the question in the sub-question to 10, 12, 15 tasks. Okay, each task should have what? Very clear definition. Okay, and what? The pool structure is the most effective way. Who is responsible for that? But to avoid the disadvantage, you should have another person to double check. You don't want everyone to check every task because that's overly time consuming. But every project, you should have what? A backup person to verify that. Okay, and how to organize this sequential way or reciprocal way, that's a secondary, okay, idea. So the first thing in your group project is what? Task identification. Then, as detailed as possible, then you have your unique way to combine hybrid way of what? Sequential and what? Reciprocal. You follow me? Okay, so it's not one or the other. You can have a hybrid of different ways. But the most important thing is what? The definition, okay, of the each task should be very, very clear and always nice to have a backup person, okay, a checker to what? To check, okay, see whether it's complete. Because reciprocal is always the best way, too much time. Okay, you don't have to check with what? 25 tasks, but if you be responsible to check what? 5 tasks or 4 tasks, okay, that's more reasonable. Okay, and your group project will be what? More likely to have high quality. Okay, so the task structure, I just mentioned it. Okay, you really have to what? Have a very good definition. Then you can do a hybrid way about your task structure. The third one is a road. Okay, road means what? You have to have different behavior, different tasks, and to do different things. So each task need to do some research. But in addition to put all the tasks together, we need people with different what? Expertise. So here you can see we need a what? A group leader. We need an editor. Okay. We need a graphic designer. Okay. So we can use different perspective to what? To put all the tasks together. Okay. And this is called what? Division of labor of your group. Okay. And we will talk about another case later on. Okay. And we also talk about different roles. Okay. Then here is another case, okay, called ICU Medical, page 448 and 449. This is talking about Dr. George Lopez, okay? He developed this company and currently $313 million. That's very, very successful. And he also tried to focus on what? The team approach, okay, to address the problem, size opportunity, and work on a project. So everything is project-based. However, his approach is different from, okay, the case in W.L. Gore. W.L. Gore, okay, everyone belongs to a group. Compensation, okay, and tied into that, okay, they don't have a lot of what? Regular managers. This company, they use another way to make the team work effectively. What's the way? Guideline. He developed a guideline book of 25 pages. Okay, and so people in the company learn how to do a teamwork effectively because the CEO has what? A 25-page guideline. Okay, of course, the accountability and a couple other things, and bonus system, it's in the guideline. But more importantly, he put a lot of what? Negotiation skill, interpersonal skill into there. So within the team, we encourage differences. We do not attack personal stuff. We don't use inappropriate languages. How to avoid the conflict. How to synergy their positive energy. So his famous 25-page guideline really helped the company to be very effective. I tried to get this 25-page out and I couldn't get it. Okay, it's a business secret, I think. Okay, we couldn't get it, but that's a different approach. Okay, to increase the team. Okay, if you don't have skill, you don't know how to manage the team, just put everything into a team, expect it to be effective. It's impossible. Okay, by default, everything will be good. No. Okay, so the W.L. Gore, they what? They put a lot of compensation, promotion tied into the group. And this company, okay, ICU group, they what? They use a lot of guidelines to helping people. Okay, so the teamwork is good, but takes a lot of skill. Okay, that's why we cover this chapter first. Okay, so you can see the textbook. Okay, what? A 25-page guideline. Of course, they also award people. Okay, and The most important thing is what? Challenge the issue, do not challenge the person in the guideline, okay? And how to reduce profit conflict, how to do different other things. So that's the uniqueness about this ICU case. Unfortunately, we couldn't have, okay, exactly the document about 25 page. Otherwise, I like to analyzing, see how many area it covers, but we don't have it. Then, so we finished the one talking about group size, okay, task structure, and the role. The B, okay, 3B is start to talk about what? Leadership, formal leaders and the informal leaders, okay? All I want to mention is what? You are a business major, okay? So if you are not formal leader, if not the team leader, I want you to be the informal leader, okay? You can use your talent to make contribution. People will respect you. Do not be a silent follower, okay? If you're in your team, you just be a silent follower. You cannot be millionaire, you cannot be successful, okay? You don't necessarily have to be the formal leader. Informal leaders sometimes have more impact than the formal leader, okay? So I heard someone say, oh, I'm shy, you know, I just do whatever. No, it's your team. You are part of it. You should be proud of it, okay? And your success is related to the team approach. So please be a informal leader if you are not a formal leader, okay? Never ever be a silent follower, which means a loser, okay? You want to be successful, you have to know that, okay? Next one, number C, we'll be talking about group development stage, okay? So the leader, next one, is what? Group development over time, okay? And then in the management, we call group or team stage theory, The whole stage, the team dynamic have what? Forming, storming, norming, performing, and adjourning, okay? How to form, okay? We get to know each other, how to storm, to reduce the conflict and differences, okay? How to norm, create some guidelines, then how to perform, okay? And all these stuff. Please try to study each one. What's the key words, okay? And I told you in my outline, the back page, you have the definition about everything. Highlight those stuff, okay? So you took the management people in the work, you should know there's a stage theory in the team building, okay? And detail, I'm not gonna talk about it. Group norms, okay? Means you have to have what? Share guidelines or share rules or share values in the group. And I don't want to talk too much about it. I want you to know, okay, the deviation, okay, conform and norm, the other side is what? Deviation. Deviation is necessary for the team, okay? So if a team all conform, no deviation, you see what? The performance will be low. If you have differences, okay, deviation, you're going to increase what? Increase your performance. To a certain level, if you still have a lot of differences and the deviation, your performance will keep going down, okay? So we should keep the deviation from here to here, to the optimal level. We encourage the differences, okay? Make it compromise to be constructive, okay? Then we don't want to overly encourage, okay, the deviation that will be negative impact the performance, okay? So talking about a norm, I want you to know, okay, this is always the curve, the bear curve, okay? As long as we are in this area, we are good. And do not suppress the differences. Everyone should listen to the different opinion and come back to a good solution, compromise. Group cohesiveness, okay? This is talking about how do people like each other, okay? According to the textbook, if the group coherence is high, we can have what? High level of participation and a high level of conformity, and we can achieve the goal, okay? It's a common sense. And how to increase the coherence? According to textbook, there are 4 different things. Group size has to be small so people can stick together. We have to manage the diversity and the differences effectively so people will love each other. Okay, we have to create some group identity and a healthy competition so we can increase that. I told you, certain deviation is necessary and certain competition is also necessary. Keep on creating small success to encourage the entire team member, okay? I also mentioned some additional stuff, we just talk about it. Task structure will help you with coherence. Division of labor, okay? Different roles can help what? Coherence. And the leadership, okay? Leadership style, leadership skills also going to increase your coherence. If everyone has a sense of leadership, of course, there will be more cohesivity. And a clear guideline is important, okay? And this one is the case I want to talk about. A few minutes ago, I talked about the role, okay? I said each team has a different role, okay? So for instance, we will have a role of what? Leader, we have a role of what? Integrator, a role of what? Editor, a role of what? Designer, a role of different things, okay? So each one should have a different role. Then this company, in addition to different role, they also want to create additional role. Pioneer's role is what? Inspiring creativity. Guardian's role is what? Try to assess the potential risk. Driver's role is what? Trying to focus on the outcome. How can we have a winning outcome? Integrator's role is what? Focus on relationship. So in the group project, in addition to the division of labor among the tasks, okay, we have the leaders, we have the integrator, we have different things. We also have what? Individual members to focus on what? Creativity, the risk, the result, and the relationship, okay? So I'm not totally agree with the textbook. They think these 4 are different diversity issues in Deloitte. I think these 4 are what? A different road. They should what? Look at the team performance by what? Putting into 3 or 4 different perspectives. So in your group project, you will consider whether you have to have what? Certain people focusing on outcomes, certain people focus on relationship, okay, as what? Additional role. That's a possibility because in Deloitte, okay, each team, they are forced to consider what? 4 different perspectives, okay? So that means in your project, you cannot consider these 4 different perspectives, okay? How to motivate people, okay? Both individual and a group bonus are important, okay? So for a lot of good company, okay, traditionally, we give bonus to individual performance. Now, more and more companies give what? Group bonus and individual bonus. Group commission and what? Individual commission, okay? So that's how to motivate. The last one I want to mention today is talking about social loving, okay? According to the French researcher, okay, people has a tendency not to perform 100% compared to individual project. So individual project, you are willing to do 100%. In a group project, you don't want to do that. You want to put less effort. Why? Because these are the possible reasons. Even I work hard, other member may not. Why should I work hard? It's a group stuff. Okay, I have to share rewards with other people. I don't get 100%. Why should I work so hard? Group reward not as value as what? Personal reward. Okay, everyone is a group. Okay, and it's not individual. Okay, so why should I pay so much attention? And low or no motivation in the group. My group member sucks. Why should I work so hard? So there are a lot of reasons. Okay, everyone give 90% to the group. So how can you have what? A top-notch group project, okay, or group outcome? So our textbook mentioned there are 3 different ways can help you solve that problem. Number 1, all those tasks you should try to what? Make that identifiable by individual. Okay, if a lot of tasks you cannot make sure that they can be identified, okay, then of course, okay, people will what? Doing the slack work. Okay. Also, we want to emphasize in the individual accomplishment. The last one is what? A small group is better. Okay. And I do a research. Some other book says what? Keep the group small. That can help. Have a very good rule. That's also help. The other one is what? Have a distinct contribution and avoid team member with what? Their contribution. So in addition to that, we find out what? A rule is important. You have to have everything identifiable, accountable, but you also have to have a very clear rule. How does these different things play? Okay, so that's how we distinguish, okay, among that. So today we finish the group project and team chapter, okay. We will do a team project after the first exam, which is next week, I think. And before that, I'll give you another summary. Okay, how do we define the task? How do we use a creative way to put the task in a hybrid structure? How do we identify different roles and who play what role? Okay, how to create a good guideline. Okay, last semester was the worst semester of my student group project because of pandemic. I couldn't find this guy, I couldn't find that guy, whatever. Hey, guideline is important, okay? If you have a clear guideline, whatever, that's violation once, that's violation twice, that's violation 3 times, then you can fire the person, okay? So we'll be discussing that, okay? Pandemic give us more challenge. How to get along, have a virtual team, okay, and to be more productive, etc., etc. Tomorrow is Thursday, so we have what? 2 chapter quizzes, chapter 1 and chapter 15. You don't want to wait until tomorrow to do 2 quizzes. Each quiz, you have 3 attempts, okay? Each time, 20 questions. 3 times, 60 questions. Each chapter, the pool is about what? 70 problems. So if you already see 60 problems, you're going to do very well in the exam. Okay? 2 things I want to emphasize. Number 1, don't do it once. If you do the chapter quizzes, chapter 1, you did it first time, you got 100%. You skip the second one, third one, is that a good idea? No, because what? You didn't see the other 40 problems. That will help you to do better in the exam. Second thing, you do the first time, you get 100%. The second time, third attempt, you just want to see the problem. You do everything randomly, so you have a lot of mistakes. Is that a good idea? No. Before the test, you have too many problems to study. So all 3 times, you do it very diligently, very carefully. Before the exam, 3 attempts, you only have what? 8 problems, 8 what? Mistakes to focus. Okay, 3 or 4 chapters. Okay, each chapter you have single problems or mistake to focus. It will be a lot what? Easy for you to prepare for the exam. So please do 3 attempts seriously. So number 1, you ace everything, every corner of the chapter. Number 2, you only have what? Limited mistake to prepare for your exam. Okay, so please do a good job in the chapter exams, which will be due tomorrow midnight. The last thing is, don't do it 10 minutes before. They will let you start it, but if you submit it midnight 12:01, guess what? Blackboard will not take it. Okay, you have to submit everything what? 11:59 and a half. Okay, something like that. So do not wait until last minute. Try to do chapter 1 today, chapter 2 tomorrow, but tomorrow you have to get it done, preferably by 10 or by 11, because what? Close to 12. Every student try to do what? Last minute stuff. Then the internet can be busy. Okay, so try to do it a little bit earlier, 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock, then before everyone get to the internet. If you have technical problems, okay, computer keep on kicking you out because in rural Arkansas, sometimes connection is a problem. You email me beforehand, I can take care of it. If you complain afterwards tomorrow morning, you say, oh, last night I did something, too late. If you've been kicked out, email me immediately. Okay, if I see it, I fix it immediately. If I don't see it, I give you extension 1 more day. Okay, but
can we see the questions after we took the quiz?
yes, after you finish, you can see which right is wrong, which wrong, okay, and what's the correct answer, etc., etc. Okay, so
And our tests aren't open note or open note card or anything, right?
open book, open book. I want you to flip book fast, but you try to flip and do everything, you cannot finish it. If you review everything and the glossary, the key terms definition, carefully, then you do it, a couple more minor issues, okay, you can what? Flip the book. I do not require Qualtrics, okay? So you can do it open book. But the exam, Qualtrics, okay, I want to see your ID, I want to see recording, okay? If your girlfriend behind you helping you with this test, I will find out, okay? So exam, we are more strict. Quizzes is a practice, okay? I cover the important cases and the concept. I want you to go over some detail. Then you really cover everything, okay? I think we are.
Do all attempts count for our grade or just our best one?
Best one, best one. Yeah.
So me and Ashley over here are actually roommates, so we're gonna be taking your test at the same time.
No, separately. You cannot do it.
We only have one room, so how do you want us to
No,
do that?
so you split. Actually, do it first, then you do it later. Okay.
Okay.
This is individual work. Okay. So try to do it individually. Then what? Organize some note. If you and Ashley want to share the note, okay, you know, the chapter 1, okay, the problem note you want to share, that's fine. But you have to do your work individually. Okay, because I want you, each of you going through the process, going through the detail. Okay, so I am 4 minutes late. Okay, so thank you everyone. See you on Friday. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming.